Hello, this is Miss Brown, and I have a presentation today for you on cell energy and photosynthesis. At first, we're going to fill in these first few blanks. Here, I'll do that with you, and then we'll fill in the chart. And as always, remember, you can stop the screencast and fill in, and that really may become necessary when we get to the chart, so you get everything filled in properly. Excuse me. All right, so number one, energy is the ability to do work, and all cells require energy. And number two, energy cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed, but it can be transformed. Just like my energy bill I pay every month from Alabama Power. I have paid them not only to get it to my house, but I paid them to transform that from steam, and before that it was either natural gas or maybe coal, or depending on where you live, it could have been nuclear energy or hydroelectric energy, and they transformed that into the power that we use in our homes. Number three, the two major energy pathways in organisms are photosynthesis, that's when food is made, and cell respiration, that's when food is used and burned for energy. And of course, all energy can be traced back to the sun. The cereal or biscuits you ate this morning came from a grain. It probably came from wheat or maybe corn. And of course, that grew from the ground and got its energy from the sun. If you eat a steak tonight for dinner, lucky you, the steak, of course, came from a cow's muscles. And the cow got its energy from grains, plants, they're plant eaters. And of course, that came from the sun. So all of our energy we use or consume comes from the sun. Usable cell energy is what we call ATP, capitalized, and that stands for this big word here, adenosine triphosphate. So no wonder we call it ATP. And this ATP has three main parts. And the energy comes when these cells are broken. So here's the picture you have on your note page. A is the base, B-A-S-E. B is the sugar, you see that ring structure, and it's ribose sugar. And C is a phosphate group. Now 7 wants you to write the ATP equation. I've written that in for you. My slide got damaged. And number 8 asks for you to write the universal ATP ADP cycle equation. And here it is. You can copy this down for number 8. Now, energy reactions, number 9, that store energy are what we call endergonic. Endergonic. And the example we'll be studying here, of course, is photosynthesis. And number 10, energy releasing reactions are exergonic. An example of that is cell respiration. Now, the next part wants you to write the equation for photosynthesis. Again, I had some problems there, and I just wrote that in for you. And the next one, it asks you to write the equation for cell respiration, and there it is. You can copy that one down for the second equation. I already did the first one for you. I want you to notice these are balanced, and you should be able to recognize these on the test. I didn't say memorize, just recognize. And if you'll notice, they're basically exact opposites. They're opposite equations, opposite processes. Now, let's move on to the chart. I want you to notice the chart has 3 columns. The first one's about photosynthesis, and the second one is about the 2 types of cell respiration. So let's fill in the one on photosynthesis first. So organisms that are involved, are plants, algae, and some bacteria. Plants, algae, and some bacteria, basically things that are green. And where does this take place in these plants and algae? It takes place in the pigments in the chloroplast. So that's the next one. Cell site takes place in pigments in the chloroplast. The third block, reactants, are carbon dioxide and water, and you'll notice that's on the left-hand side of the photosynthesis equation. The products are in the next block, they're glucose and oxygen, and that's what comes out. That's on the right-hand side of the photosynthesis equation. Now, where it says energy captured or released, it is captured, of course, in photosynthesis. And that means in the next block, it is endergonic. And the energy transformation in that block, you put from light energy to chemical energy. And the stages involved, we have light reactions, which is photosystems, and we have dark reactions, which are the Calvin cycle. Now, let's talk about cell respiration. Don't write any of this down. Let's just talk about it first. It involves all organisms. Sometimes kids say plants do photosynthesis and animals do cell respiration. That is true, but plants do both. We do not as animals. We do not do both. We need plants. Plants not only can make their own food, they burn their own food. We eat their food. We eat what they made for themselves. We live off of that. We can't make our own food. Okay? And there are going to be two types of this. Aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic uses oxygen and anaerobic does not. Okay? And very few things can do anaerobic. Bacteria, yeast, and some human muscle, which we'll talk about in a second. Most of you have experienced that. Okay, where does it happen? Let's do aerobic first, the middle one. First block, most cells in living organisms. Most cells right there. Most cells in living organisms. Now, where does it happen? Of course, the mitochondria. The mitochondria. The powerhouse of the cell, of course. And there we have a picture to remind us of the good old mitochondria. There's some notes about it, and we've learned about that already. I won't spend any time on that. So the reactants for aerobic cell respiration are glucose and oxygen, and the products are carbon dioxide and water. I want you to notice and make a little note there. I put arrows across. Notice it's exactly the opposite of photosynthesis you just filled in. Of course, energy is released, and it's exergonic because it's the opposite of photosynthesis. The energy transformation is from chemical energy to ATP, and the stages involved are glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and the electron transport. This is more efficient than the other kind. And I want you to write down there somewhere that you get 36 ATPs. Remember the currency? You get 36 ATPs from this type of respiration. Now let's talk about anaerobic. It's a little different. Happens without oxygen. And who can do this? Let's see, let me go back. I'm going back. I'm just going to tell you organisms involved. Some bacteria, yeasts, and human muscle. Some bacteria, yeasts, and human muscle. Now, where does it take place? It takes place in the cytoplasm, not the mitochondria. The reactants are glucose, and the products are alcohol, lactic acid, and energy. When you take your muscles too far past your training, you'll start using this type of cell respiration. This is when it burns. When you've been doing something a while and your muscles burn, it's the lactic acid because you went past your oxygen capacity. This often happens when you start working out until you build yourself up, and you'll start having that lactic acid. That's the burn you get in your muscles. All right, the energy is released. It is, of course, exergonic. And the energy transformation is from chemical in the glucose to ATP. So it's from chemical to chemical. And the stages involved, okay, we'll come back to this. The stages involved are glycolysis and fermentation. And then I want you to write down you only get 2 ATPs here. So without this, we couldn't get bread. That's what releases the gas, the carbon dioxide in the bread. So we get the wonderful fluffy bread. Also, it involves making some alcoholic things like beer and wine, and lactic acid, which you find in your muscles we talked about. It's also what makes things like yogurt and buttermilk. Has that sour flavor, sour cream. It's what gives it that little tang, that tangy flavor that we enjoy with those types of foods. Okay, and one more time, I want you to know that aerobic gives 36 ATPs and anaerobic just gives 2. And just look at this one. Cells are busy, busy, busy. They use billions of ATP per second because they use them for everything from movement, We can see here what they use it for: transportation, response, maintenance, repair. So your cells, all cells on Earth, use a lot of energy. Thank you.